Yo, we back with another one, man. About to get into this video about the real reason why Yo Gotti had to leave Memphis. Make sure y'all smash that hype button, man. Let's get right into it.
They trying to kill Yo Gotti right now, so he been laying low, bro. Like
that Yo Gotti, say your prayers. You better say your prayers.
You know they coming, don't you?
Get you back to that story we told you about off the top of the broadcast, a deadly shooting in Hickory Hill with connections to Memphis rapper Yo Gotti. Fox 13's Lakia Scott joins us live tonight from St. Francis Hospital. That's where the victims were taken. Lakia, what were you able to find out? Good evening to you.
Good evening, Daniel. Well, at least 5 police sources have confirmed with Fox 13 that the person killed is Anthony Mims, also known as Big Jook. Now, Big Jook is the brother of rapper Yo Gotti.
It's been almost 5 years since Young Dolph was murdered, but it seems like Memphis still hasn't stopped sliding for him, with supposedly over 40 casualties connected to the fallout.
Sliding for 5 years straight is crazy. Not letting up at all. Let's go.
People are now saying the next name on the list could be Yo Gotti himself.
Tried to kill Yo Gotti and they shot up his car, I think like 100 times, but it was bulletproof, so nothing happened.
yeah, they say he got all his cars bulletproof.
His own brother became one of those casualties. There have been reports of multiple attempts on Gotti's life, and even claims that he's completely distanced himself from Memphis out of fear. It's been wild. Let's get into it. Recently, a former celebrity bodyguard known as Big Homie CC made a statement in an interview that immediately got people talking. According to him, the streets are actively trying to kill Yo Gotti. He claimed that Gotti has been laying low lately, staying out of the spotlight and spending more time with his family because there have already been multiple attempts on his life this year alone.
They trying to kill Yo Gotti right now, so he been like Yo Gotti been spending a lot of time with his family and shit like that. But there's been several attempts on his life already.
So if they was looking for Yo Gotti and trying to kill him, they know where he at now, because you said he been spending time with his family. It's the internet for you, boy.
Ready this year.
Now, to a lot of people, that statement didn't even sound far-fetched. For those who remember the height of the beef between Yo Gotti and Young Dolph, this kind of tension isn't new. Back when things were at their worst, Young Dolph survived 2 separate attempts
And where's Black Youngster at? We ain't seen Black Youngster in forever.
on his life. And not long after that, Yo Gotti himself reportedly became a target. After one of his concerts, reports surfaced that Gotti's tour bus had been shot at. Law enforcement believed it wasn't random. It was widely seen as retaliation tied directly to the ongoing war between Gotti's camp and Dolph's side.
Hernandez Govin came out and said that right before Young Dolph was killed, they tried to kill Yo Gotti and they shot up his car, I think like 100 times, but it was bulletproof.
Since then, people close to Gotti have allegedly taken extreme precautions. It's been rumored that all of his vehicles are now fully bulletproofed. And when you look at everything that's happened, it makes sense why he would move like that. When you've watched people around you get targeted one by one, survival becomes the priority. Every move becomes calculated. And people have definitely noticed changes in how Yo Gotti moves. One of the biggest was the apparent shift of CMG's headquarters to Dallas, Texas. Memphis had always been home base. That's where Gotti built his name, his empire, and his reputation. So for him to start operating more heavily out of Dallas raised eyebrows. Then came another move that added fuel to the speculation. Last year, Gotti signed a rising Dallas artist named Zillionaire Doe.
Driving through the hills, I almost hit a deer. 100 foes out.
Yeah, man. Shout out to the new Dallas, man. Zillionaire Doe, Montana 700. All I rock with them. Shout out to them.
On the surface, it looked like a normal business decision, but to some people, it felt like more than that. It felt strategic. At the same time, fans and locals began noticing that Gotti wasn't really showing his face in Memphis like he used to. And when you understand everything that's happened there, it's not hard to see why. But if there's one moment that truly shook everything, it was the death of his brother, Big Jook. After young Dolph was murdered in 2021, the aftermath turned Memphis into a war zone. The violence didn't stop with Dolph. It sparked a chain reaction. Over time, it was believed that dozens of people lost their lives in incidents connected directly or indirectly to that situation. Retaliations, getbacks, and street justice became the norm. And eventually, that violence hit even closer to home for Yo Gotti. Big Juke became one of those casualties. And what made it even more chilling was how it happened. This wasn't at a club. It wasn't in the streets late at night. It wasn't during some reckless moment. Big Juke was at a funeral. He was there to pay respects to a loved one, someone close to the family. It was supposed to be a moment of mourning. But in the world of street politics, peace doesn't exist. Reports say Yo Gotti and Big Juke both attended the funeral service for their relative, OG Eric Bolden. A video later surfaced showing them inside the church, standing near the casket. Everything looked normal. Nothing seemed out of place. But what people didn't realize at the time was that danger was already in the room. According to later accounts, there were two men quietly watching from the back. They weren't there to mourn. They were there to watch, to track Juke's every move. They didn't act immediately. They waited patiently for the right moment. That moment came after the service, during the repass. Yo Gotti didn't attend the repass, but Big Juke did. As Juke left Perrian's restaurant and event center on Winchester Road and got into his vehicle, everything changed in seconds. The shooters pulled up and opened fire. The vehicle was sprayed with bullets in a sudden, calculated attack. Some reports say Yo Gotti's mother was inside the vehicle with him at the time, which made the situation even more disturbing. But despite the chaos, she managed to escape. Big Juke wasn't as fortunate. He was rushed to the hospital, but the damage was too severe. He didn't survive. Not long after, surveillance footage showed a white SUV with
The ghost of Dolph. I know since Big Juke had got killed, this truck has been very suspicious. Cause for one, this truck was involved in more than one incident, all over the place. They never caught it, never had no license plate. A lot of people from Memphis say it looked like police issued or something. No matter how you put it, bro, this truck went through a lot. Well, this truck was involved in a lot. You know what I'm saying? The crazy thing to me is that, but every time this truck hit the streets, couldn't get stopped by the Memphis police. We know they trash. I'm just saying, nobody never got this truck. This truck probably still around Memphis right now, on the prowl. Ghost of Dolph.
no license plate speeding away from the scene. It was clear this wasn't random. This was targeted.
Hey, yo, well, at least 5 police sources have confirmed with Fox 13 that the person killed is Anthony Mims, also known as Big Juke. Now, Big Juke is the brother of rapper Yo Gotti.
And everyone understood the deeper meaning behind it. Big Juke wasn't just Yo Gotti's brother. He was deeply involved in CMG and was seen as a powerful figure behind the scenes. But more importantly, he had also been very vocal after young Dolph's death. He didn't stay silent. He openly mocked Dolph and his camp. He taunted Dolph's artists online. He showed no sympathy. In fact, he even appeared in videos disrespecting Dolph's memorial murals, which only intensified the tension. To Dolph's supporters, that level of disrespect didn't go unnoticed. Being the one who allegedly put money on Dolph's head. According to Grove Hero, there was a bounty placed to make Dolph a target. He even went as far as saying that if he ever saw Juke in person, it would be on sight. Those claims spread quickly across social media, adding even more fuel to an already explosive situation.
Bro, I'm not no shake ass, bro. I ain't no
finna tell me I put $40,000 on my head and I'm finna do this, bro. Anybody that associate with you, and this ain't got nothing to do with them other folks, bro.
Then, during legal proceedings connected to Dolph's murder, prosecutors reportedly claimed that Big Jook had allegedly placed a $100,000 hit on Dolph and had also put bounties on other paper route empire artists. While those claims remained,
And that whole thing was messed up because I think Straight Drop probably only got like 10,000. Cornelius say he only got like 200 to 300. I don't think Govan got nothing from it. Cause Govan whole stances, he ain't had nothing to do with it. But he wasn't involved in it, even though the whole plan took place at his house. That's what Govan been saying. That's what he came out. That's what he's standing on. Govan told his side, told his story. He said people know he ain't had nothing to do with it. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is, but yeah, unless you gave me my 100,000 up front, I would have never threw my life away like that.
part of a larger investigation narrative. In the streets, perception is everything. And when Big Jook was eventually killed, many people saw it as retaliation. So, with his brother gone, a lot of people felt like it was only a matter of time before the pressure shifted directly onto Yo Gotti himself. And now, with new claims surfacing that there have allegedly been several attempts on his life already this year, it's starting to look like that fear might not just be paranoia, but the streets might not be the only thing closing in. Recently, WAC 100 added even more fuel to the conversation. During a discussion, WAC openly predicted that Yo Gotti could eventually find himself on the federal government's radar. He didn't sugarcoat it either. He flat out said Gotti might want to start saying his prayers, suggesting that the feds could be building something behind the scenes.
That Yo Gotti, say your prayers. You better say your prayers.
You know they coming, don't you?
WAC went on to speculate that if federal prosecutors ever decided to pursue a case, they could try to label CMG, Collective Music Group, as more than just a record label. He suggested they might attempt to frame it as a criminal organization, similar to what happened with YSL in Atlanta. That kind of move would completely change everything. It wouldn't just be about individual crimes anymore. It would allow prosecutors to paint a bigger picture, connecting multiple incidents and people under one umbrella. He also brought up the 2017 shooting involving young Dolph in Charlotte, North Carolina. That incident was one of the most violent attempts on Dolph's life. Over 100 bullets were fired into his SUV while he was sitting inside. Miraculously, Dolph survived. But WAC suggested that prosecutors could revisit incidents like that and attempt to connect them to a broader narrative, possibly framing them as part of a long-running war between rival camps.
Let's do the math. CMG and PRE shooting at the back in the Carolinas. Motherfuckers doing songs, shot the Sprinter 100 times, bulletproof. They're gonna take that shit and paint the perfect movie. These two things are game.
What made WAC's comments hit even harder was the timing. They came shortly after shocking testimony was revealed during the trial connected to Dolph's murder. Cornelius Smith, one of the men convicted in young Dolph's killing, took the stand and gave details that immediately sent shockwaves.
Still, what's crazy to me is that man took the stand and said, Hernandez Govan gave me the gun that I used to kill young Dolph. They still found that man not guilty. The man told them Hernandez Govan is the one that connected me with Big Jook. Still found Govan not guilty. I understand people said Cornelius got on the stand and he lied about some things. The thing about him lying about some things is this. The stuff that they said that he really lied about really wasn't nothing, really ain't had nothing to do with nothing. But like I said, at the end of the day, Govan still beat the case. You know what I'm saying? But the whole situation was still crazy because the way him and Straight Drop was on tape and all that, especially what they did after, because Cornelius had ended up getting shot in the arm, and I think Drop got shot too, but it was just a waste of time, man.
Through the hip-hop world. According to Smith, he and Justin Johnson carried out the murder in November 2021 with the intention of collecting money that had allegedly been placed as a bounty. Smith testified that Yo Gotti's brother, Big Jook, had allegedly put up $100,000 for the hit.
Big Jook had a hit on Dog Head or whatnot, so
How do you know that Big Jook had a hit on Dolph's head?
Quick had told me about it.
How much money was it supposed to be?
100,000 on Dog Head.
And had you agreed to do this hit?
Yes, sir.
Had Justin agreed to do this hit?
Yes, sir.
Smith claimed he personally expected to receive $40,000 for his role, but according to his testimony, that money never fully came. Instead, he said he only received about $800 before he was arrested in early 2022. He also claimed that after he was arrested and charged, someone connected to CMG allegedly paid $50,000 to help secure a lawyer for him. He didn't name the person specifically, but the implication was enough to get people talking.
Hey, bro, that nigga got up there and said, they said, didn't CMG pay for your attorney $50,000? Yeah. But they didn't give it to me. He said, yeah. But they paid for it because you killed Dolph, right? Yeah.
If any of those claims were ever backed by hard evidence, it could create serious legal problems. Federal cases are known for being slow, patient, and calculated. They don't usually move until they believe they have everything lined up. So when figures like WAC 100 say the feds could be watching, it adds another layer of tension to an already dangerous situation. At the same time, some people believe the legal system might not even get the chance. There's a growing belief that retaliation connected to young Dolph's death is still ongoing. And even though Yo Gotti appears to be spending more time in Dallas now, many believe distance doesn't guarantee safety. Now, it's no surprise why the streets are supposedly after Yo Gotti. His beef with young Dolph was public, ugly, and deeply personal. And in the eyes of many people, it ultimately played a role in how everything ended for Dolph. Now, if you ask Yo Gotti, he'll tell you he's just as confused as everyone else. In multiple interviews over the years, Gotti has maintained that he never had any bad blood with Dolph and was genuinely supportive of his movement. He even pulled up a text message he sent to Dolph back in August 2012, where he was showing nothing but love, encouragement, and respect. According to Gotti, the only thing he can guess that might have sparked any tension was the fact that he didn't hop on a song with Dolph when asked. Other than that, he's claimed that he's just as confused as the public about why things spiraled the way they did. From his perspective, there was no real animosity, at least not from his side.
I'm the biggest rapper from Memphis. You know what I mean? I help a lot of rappers from Memphis. He was trying to get a verse or something from me, you know. I don't know if I, probably didn't do that. I never done the verse, but I don't know, maybe I didn't do the verse.
But if you turn the mic over to young Dolph, his version of the story paints a whole different picture. Dolph said that around 2012, when he was starting to gain serious traction in Memphis and getting love beyond just the city limits, Yo Gotti reached out and offered him a deal with his label, CMG, Cocaine Music Group. Now, at that point, Gotti was already a household name, both in Memphis and nationally, and signing with him would have been a major move for any up-and-coming artist. But Dolph turned it down. According to him, that's when things started to get tense. But it wasn't just the offer, it was the way the offer was presented that rubbed Dolph the wrong way. He said that Gotti basically dissed his own artists in the pitch, claiming they weren't really that good, that they constantly needed help, and that Dolph was different. Gotti reportedly told him something along the lines of, "You don't need all that, you can be a superstar with me." Dolph didn't like that at all. To him, it sounded like Gotti was throwing his own team under the bus just to lure him in. And that kind of energy, Dolph wasn't feeling it. He didn't like the politics or the disrespect. It made him not want to do business with Gotti at all.
Well, you got the money, you got your team, you got this, you got that. You're like, bro, I'm telling you, we can do this, we can do that. I ain't gotta hold your hand like Starlito. I ain't gotta babysit you like them. It's my first time meeting you. You gonna really sit and downplay your artist and throw your artist up on the bus to try to persuade me in to come over there? No, it's just, I can't respect that.
But then, there's another layer to this whole situation. Dolph also claimed that he had a relationship with Yo Gotti's baby mama. And when Gotti found out about it, that's when the real beef supposedly ignited. Dolph didn't go too deep into the details.
Now, I ain't gonna lie. When that baby mama situation came up, that's when bullets really got to flying. So, yeah, Yo Gotti probably felt the way about that. I mean, if it was me and I'm Gotti, I wouldn't care. I'm smashing other chicks, but you know, some dudes, man, especially with the first baby mom. I'm telling you, man, dudes can have 3, 4, 5 baby mamas. They don't care about what them other ones do. But when it comes to that first baby mama, man, please, dude will be done lost his life behind his first baby mama. Or get mad at you because you with his first baby mama. And now he don't like you, and now he won't smoke with you.
But he said the proof was in the artwork for his infamous diss track, Play With Yo B. The cover art featured a phone screen filled with missed calls, allegedly from Gotti's baby mama, calling Dolph. Now let's take it back for some context. In 2010, Yo Gotti was really starting to rise in the mainstream game. His track 5 Star, which featured Gucci Mane, Trina, and Nicki Minaj, was charting and getting major attention. Memphis had a new star on the rise, and Gotti was repping the city hard. Meanwhile, Dolph was just stepping onto the scene. He had just dropped his second mixtape, Welcome to Dolph World, and was beginning to get recognized, especially by Atlanta heavyweights like Gucci Mane, 2 Chainz, and OJ Da Juice Man. He wasn't a superstar yet, but the buzz was definitely building. By 2012, the dynamics had shifted. Yo Gotti was now a solidified name in the industry, but Dolph wasn't far behind. He was becoming a real force, and Gotti noticed that. That's when he reached out to Dolph to do a community show in Memphis, focused on uplifting the youth. There's actual footage of that event, where Gotti and Dolph were on stage together. It's the only known footage of the two performing together, and at that moment, it looked like they were cool, maybe even allies.
Shout out to my young Dolph in this month.
That show happened around August 2012, the same time Gotti allegedly made his pitch to sign Dolph to CMG. According to Gotti, August 24, 2012 was the last time he and Dolph ever spoke. After that, there's no public record of any other conversations or collaborations between the two. Outwardly, it seemed like everything was still good, but behind the scenes, things were already beginning to shift. In 2016, Dolph made it clear that there was tension between them when he tweeted, "Bro went from being my #1 fan and wanting to sign me to being my biggest hater." That same year, he added fuel to the fire when he dropped his album King of Memphis. The title alone was a direct shot at Gotti, who had been calling himself the King of Memphis for years. The move didn't sit right with Gotti's camp, and things escalated fast. This is where Black Youngsta enters the picture. With everything going on, there's also been talk that he himself could be a target too. Black Youngsta wasn't just a bystander in the whole.
We ain't seen Black Youngsta in forever. Like, ever since that situation happened with Dolph, it seemed like what happened to Dolph was the worst thing that for his career.
Yo Gotti and Young Dolph situation. He was right in the middle of it. While Gotti usually kept his disses more indirect and low-key, Youngsta did the complete opposite. He was loud, direct, and unapologetic about it. At one point, he even publicly said he was going to slap Dolph.
Man, I'ma keep this G, bro. Dolph, you a soft ass, you nice ass. If you got a problem, you got a problem. Shake ass. Ain't no more king of Memphis, you ain't king of South Memphis, you ain't from the city.
He backed it up with music, dropping diss tracks like Shake Some and I'm Assuming, both aimed straight at Dolph. Then things escalated beyond music. We're hit with serious charges, including discharging a firearm into occupied property and conspiracy. But eventually, the charges were dropped, and he walked free. Even after that, Black Youngsta didn't back down. He continued to throw shots, both in music and online. The tension never really cooled off, and when Dolph was eventually killed in 2021, people expected Youngsta to maybe step back or move differently, but he didn't really go quiet. Right after Dolph was killed, Youngsta even performed Shake Some at a Dallas nightclub. Fans weren't feeling that at all. They thought it was wildly disrespectful, especially under the circumstances. But instead of cooling off, Youngsta doubled down. He shot a music video for I'm Assuming and filmed it in a graveyard. In the video, he's rapping in front of a tombstone that says Thornton, which everyone knew was a direct shot at Dolph's real last name. That move stirred up huge backlash. But still, Youngsta didn't seem to care. he addressed the criticism on Instagram saying, "I'm the type of dude who ain't never sat back and looked for nobody to feel sorry for me. I come from the heart of South Memphis where you get no sympathy, don't even know what that is. With that being said, I could give 2 Fs what the world think about me." That attitude only made things worse. Fans felt it was cold-hearted and disrespectful. Then fast forward to 2025, and something unexpected happened. Black Youngsta suddenly went viral after fans noticed he had removed CMG from his Instagram bio. Not long after that, he started claiming he was independent. That alone was enough to raise eyebrows, because he had been one of CMG's most loyal and visible artists for years. But what really got people talking wasn't just the bio change. It was what he posted next. He wrote a long, cryptic message on Instagram that had people reading between the lines. In the post, he said things like, "These dudes see B4 and they still misleading the youth like they some type of mob bosses." He also wrote, "I blame the fake OGs, the fake big homies, the fake big brothers, the fake CEOs, the fake teachers, the fake people in your life not telling you right from wrong." He didn't name anyone directly, but people immediately started speculating. The message sounded personal, and given his history and ties, many assumed he was talking about Yo Gotti.
And I don't think Black Youngsta would do it, but if Black Youngsta come out and start going against Yo Gotti, it'd be crazy.
People within that circle. Black Youngsta added even more fuel to the speculation when he posted another message saying, "Don't ask me about no dude you don't see me with. I don't allow nobody I don't respect around me." That line really made people start wondering what was going on behind the scenes. From the outside looking in, it seemed like there might have been a fallout. At the same time, Black Youngsta has also experienced serious personal loss. He's lost 2 of his own brothers to street violence. And when you combine that with how heavily he was involved in the Dolph beef back then, some people believe that could have put a target on him too. Even if he and Yo Gotti aren't as close as they once were, or even if they've gone their separate ways, the streets don't care. Once you've been part of something that deep, your name stays connected to it.
So yeah, man. Y'all get in the comment section. Let me know what y'all think about all this, man. It's your boy Buddha. I'm out.